Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Demon Hours.
Hi.
Why are you laughing?
Hi.
Ain't no one told a joke, Easter. You don't gotta be laughing. We're your hosts.
The horse's name is
Hey,
Friday.
hey, dude, it's not 3 a.m. I'm just saying.
We're your hosts. Myself, 20 Javi. We got Brother Soul. We got Easter. I'm bleeding. We have my brother, Yasidro. And we have my friend Krulik.
Hello.
And so we're all just some homies. We like to talk about everything and anything. We got some different opinions about stuff. We do have our podcast now available on Spotify, where you can find us at. We'll be dropping links in it. We also, if you're listening to this, we also do upload our video podcast to YouTube, where you can catch us at 20 Have YouTube channel. Eventually, I'll change it out to its own YouTube channel, so you don't have to be drowned out by my own content there. So, boys, I want to tell you guys an interesting story I had today in the morning. So, I have a new job. I work at FedEx as a package handler, and part of our job, or part of the requirements to work there, is you are not allowed to take your phone inside the building. So, me, like a good noodle on my second day there, I don't take my phone in. I leave it in my car. Then, we have a security guard at the gate. You get buzzed in to go inside, and then you got to put all your items inside a little box because you're gonna have to walk through a metal detector to get inside the building. So I'm putting all my items in. When I put in all my items in, I notice a distinct lack of something: my car keys. So I go through the whole workday just thinking like, I hope to God my car is unlocked because my phone is in there and I don't have my keys. So I go through my workday. We're doing orientation, we're doing all this, we're just doing their training, and then work gets out. I go check the car, locked. Every single door locked. I don't have my keys. I don't have my phone. So I go back inside. I ask, hey, I gotta use my phone. I lock the keys in my car. They'll say, oh no, I start calling. I only know two phone numbers: my mom's and my sister's. I know my sister's because it's one digit off my mom's. I don't know anybody else's phone number except for my own. So I call my mom. She comes by. We try breaking in. Can't break into it. So I have to call a tow truck. Tow truck guy comes by and unlocks it. And there goes $65 in like 2 hours of my time.
I had a similar experience early last year, and I'm struggling. I'm stressed out the entire time. And this dude decides the perfect time to play a joke on me. He shows up. He's like, "So, which window do you want to break?" I was like, I was like flipped out. Like, why the fuck would I call you for breaking a window, buddy? He got me good, bro. I was stressed.
Isn't it the worst when they just get there, they pull out their like hook tool and just
Bro, this guy
unlocks it in a second? Just
yeah,
I
dude, this
I'll
guy
take those 60
came by
bucks.
with the most ballin' tool ever. So he had like a squeegee that he kind of like fit in. Then he put this other piece.
Oh yeah,
And it had,
little bubble.
it had the little hand pump, so he just pumped in some air and it propped it open. He was like, click, done. And I was like, God damn it! If I had that tool, where's that tool? I bet you that tool's $20.
Yeah,
No, you
that's
can't
the
really
easiest
buy it
one.
though. You have to like freaking. I don't know. It's really hard to find.
I'm pretty sure you can get it pretty cheap online.
Really? Let me look
my
this up right now.
I had uncles that worked in the towing business, and that's just all they did. I got so lucky. I don't know if you guys remember the silver truck that I had. I
Yeah.
locked my keys in that truck so often. But I had literally my uncle and my dad worked for what is
The
it, AAA?
okay.
So they would just show up, pop it open for me, and then I'd be on my way.
Very convenient.
Nice. Not a 65 bone adventure.
Yeah. The entire time I was just in the parking lot looking like a fool too, because we got
No phone.
you got the people going in, you got the people going out. Everyone kind of like looks like, why is the guy just standing by this van? And I go, I put my hand on the glass and I was trying to slide it down, trying to get the window down. Nothing.
Yeah.
I
Sure, get a load of this retard meme.
You can get a lockout kit for like $30 on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
No.
$33.
my only thing is, where would I keep it?
Inside the car,
Inside the
obviously.
It's $15 just for that little fucking.
Yeah, see,
little-
bro, and dude charged me 65 for it. Come on, good.
The
Dude,
man-
they're ruthless with it. I heard my friend last year. He left his keys in the trunk. Like, we were getting off of work and he takes off his apron and like I seen him throw his keys in there with the apron and like he goes dunk and I'm like, hey Ray. And he's just like, yeah, what's up? I was just like, please tell me those weren't your car keys. He's just like, what you mean? I was like, bro, I literally saw you chuck them in there.
No.
And then the store was already locked, so I pretty much couldn't like get anything because I mean, my dad did teach me how to open car doors with two things. One
Like ancho?
being like the little string. So like the string, you pretty much tie a knot in the middle of it, and then I feel like I shouldn't be saying this. The knot has to be loose enough, like kind of like a little circle, and then pretty much you drag it in through the middle, and then this will only work for like the ones that have like the little knob,
Oh.
and then you have to pull
Okay.
upward. So you reach it in there, you nudge it in, and then you pull, and then you just like lift up. Or, the old classic, coat hanger, cut it with some pliers and, just like open it up and just like
I know how to do that.
jab
one.
it in there. Man, I did that once at work and now I'm known for the guy opening car doors,
You gotta get Mike, bro.
Goddamn, my homie Mike had buses open for you, man.
It's-
Tow truck. My boy Mike's right in there.
Dude, like
Every time I get in.
they were gonna charge him $100 just to open his car. You know what I mean? So like I think it varies for different people.
Damn, open
Yeah.
car and head at that
Yeah.
rate? Shit.
Bro, I've heard people getting locked out of like their houses, and they charge them a good like $300. 'Cause they know you're desperate. You're like, I lost my keys at the club. It's 3 a.m. I'm like sobering up. You got to call a locksmith out, and they're
Damn,
just
how
like,
much
yeah,
is a window at that point, man?
that's $300.
My ass is sleeping outside.
Someone-
man. I ain't paying
Someone showed up to my
300.
porch. It's like, hey, that's $300. I would just punch the window myself. have a nice night, man.
Have you guys going with locks? Have you guys ever watched what is it, Lock Picking Lawyer?
I have.
Yeah.
A great
Bro,
YouTube
that-
channel.
Bro, that's so good. I've wanted to learn how to pick locks just because of that and because of Skyrim.
You know,
Wait,
Skyrim makes it look easy.
Yeah, Skyrim makes it look bussin'.
what did Jeff say, sir?
so in my junior high, my both years of my 7th and 8th grade, our electronics teacher over there was teaching us how to unlock the school doors.
I feel like
you know,
that's
those tight
illegal.
those tight bolts. He actually taught us in class how to open it from the inside and the outside if they're both locked. Even the push handle one. He was teaching. He only taught like a selected amount, but to this day, I still use the trick
Huh?
whenever I get locked out of class.
Huh? Wait, he only taught a select amount of students? Like a select few, like, hey, you guys, Y'all-
Smell like bourbon too, He's
Yeah.
like, listen, buddy.
y'all,
You
you,
come here, Jimmy.
you five are gonna learn how to open these doors, and when I
He
call
only
you, pick up the phone and keep the engine running.
No, he only taught the ones that were passing the class. Like I was the one out of the 5 to 6.
Only 5
that
people
passed
pass a class.
the class. Yeah,
It sounds like
because
Santa Maria, bro.
dude,
I
it's
know,
it's
man.
stupid because if everybody's failing, we have to watch Bill Nye the Science Guy videos all fucking day.
Why would you not just fail on purpose then?
Oh yeah, that's the reason why only 5 people.
What?
It's your fault that you guys actually had to do material. All these other kids were failing on purpose. Just wanted to Bill Nye, bro.
These kids were watching Bill Nye. I'm over here wanted to build a model rocket in class. Either that or wanted to play the motion picture thing. But on top of that, I remember one time using the trick in class because my teacher forgot. I told when the teacher looked away trying to call the custodian, I literally did it within the 10 seconds. I said the door's open. And she was confused and said, who opened the door? Nobody peeped a word or anything. I was scared shitless because I thought my ass was going to get in trouble.
Now I have a different story. In high school, I know a guy, who actually opened the classroom door. He had the lockpicking set, and he opened the door, and then his ass got sent straight to the principal's office where he was suspended for a week.
Hey,
Alright.
that's
I
some
know who
talent,
you're
bro.
talking about.
Those seem like
I
some
feel like I know
chunky
who you're
laws.
talking about.
You know,
Pretty sure.
you all know. Everyone knows Simon.
See? That sounds like the name of a kid with a lockpicking set in the backpack.
Did you do it,
Simon.
Simon.
Simon. You gotta call up Simon to do it.
Man, dude.
And you know that kid carries the boof too.
Damn, gotta do them like that, bro.
God,
You
dude.
guys,
Yeah,
have
any
you
kid
ever-
named Simon, Hector.
Yeah.
Those are just a few. Really.
Well, there's just a few off the bat. So I have a little bit of a topic. I guess Facebook is in the idea phase, or maybe they're even further into it, where they want to make an Instagram for kids, which is essentially anybody below the age of 13 can, I guess, access this Instagram for kids. Now, they're getting a lot of hate for it because a lot of people say it's a bad idea. I myself think it's pretty bad already. And I love technology and I love the internet. I think people should use internet at an age where not necessarily an age, but once they're like in a mindset or whatnot, or once they have an understanding of what the internet is, then I think they should be allowed into it. And I think most kids who get a tablet or a smartphone or something and aren't taught by their parents what the internet actually is should not be using social media, because I think social
Facts.
media leads into like a lot of problems. So I'm also like, I don't think this is a good idea because I don't think it's going to be useful for children under 13. I think it's just going to be another avenue for information or data to just be sold, because you're just going to get a bunch of information on like what kind of toys or any like things kids would want, and I think that's what ultimately this would be. And then you have all the negative repercussions of what social media will do to a child.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already bad. It is as it is now. I mean, you go to a grocery store like the park or something. You see the kid like at the top of like like the slide with his iPad out. Mom's phone, dad's phone. It's kind of hard to like limit a child nowadays when it comes to like like technology wise,
Yeah,
because
Okay,
what was
I
that,
think-
Isidro?
you have to be an involved parent now. Like
Yeah.
you
you don't have
can't
a
take a
choice.
back seat. Like and you have to be savvy yourself for parental controls. Like you can't just give a kid a tablet and be, oh, he's gonna play games on it. No.
Mm-mm.
Like we've like when we grew up on the age of the internet too. We've all been on weird sites and we've seen weird videos on Newgrounds. It just you can't just take a back seat with your when it comes to tech with your kid.
Yeah.
And
Did you have
Yeah,
something to say,
definitely not.
Hector?
Yeah, I'd prefer if they just the only reason I kind of understand why they're doing this is to maybe make it so that they keep age bases separate. Because but anytime similar to like what happened with YouTube Kid videos where they just had to disable comments because of
Right. Yeah. There
'cause
were a lot of,
Yeah.
anytime there's anything kid focused on the internet, it's an automatic like magnet to the creepy psychos on the internet.
yeah. So
Without like verification, it makes it kind of difficult to have something like that available,
right.
which is one of my biggest concerns with that. The only way they can maybe circumvent that is to do what is like Riot does in Korea, where they force you to use your social security number to access the internet.
it makes us think what kind of vetting process would it be to protect the kids that use these platforms. 'Cause
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Easter might be able to share some points on this. Just as he's worked with kids, not only like when he worked after school programs, but now he's involved in other ways. But bullying, used to be a thing at school, and I guess online gaming bullying or banter or whatnot. Talk your trash friends. But now, like, cyberbullying is even worse. So I don't understand how Instagram for Kids would work. Like, would they able to intermessage with each other? Because then I think that also just leads to more potential issues, especially with, like you said, the anonymity of just some of these creepier demographics of people that just log on and start messaging guaranteed 13-year-olds.
Where catfishing starts to exceed, it's pretty bad. Like like it's really bad. Like for me, working with kids for years, like it's they don't even know how to interact with each other. They barely say hi. More than anything, they're just either trying to do a video with each other. It's like they spend a goddamn hour trying to do one certain move. Then at the end, they don't like it, and they stop talking. They just literally stare at each other, or just wait until class is over. They don't know how to, like a majority of these kids do not know how to interact with each other at all, which is
I mean,
sad.
for the record, not very many people know how to interact with each other in high school in general. That's kind of where you're learning it. I don't know how smooth you were talking to women. I couldn't really talk to girls until maybe like my sophomore year of high
I
school.
I have to
But
be quiet.
like even in junior high, like just carrying on regular conversation with some people was still difficult for me as someone who grew up more on the internet. And like that's kind of in general what's going on with humans is it's a lot more it's getting harder for people to talk in person just because we're so used to using text and messages and emojis and FaceTimes
You know,
and
we're
Yeah.
gonna become like the what is it? The people are like saying it's foreshadowing the Wally movie. You know. mean,
Well, for me, it
I
wasn't.
was oh I'm sorry, go ahead.
For me, it wasn't really hard to interact. For me, like I didn't really use the internet until like I had to get home. I did not have a phone until like my senior year, just because I was forced to have one. The fact that I was always going out and they had no way to contact me, so I was always out and about, and it was easy for me to talk to people. But there's some people that are like glued to the phones that are like
Weren't you in the
hated.
Boys and Girls Club from like 2 years old though?
When I was only there since I was like 8. The only reason why I went there is
Oh,
just because
see,
my
but
home.
that's huge. Like you're
Yeah,
going to
being around
school.
other kids.
Yeah, you're going to school for 8 hours a day, and then you go to the Boys and Girls Club to interact with kids not only your age but like outside of your age group. So that's pretty big. My somebody like me who was a latchkey kid who like I would get off of school, my mom was at work, so I'd go home, I'd lock the front door, and I'd stay there by myself all day. And this is before I had like online gaming. So like, and
That
nobody else was there with me. Like I didn't have any siblings that I would actually like be with after school.
Yeah.
So somebody like me who, and then I would ask to go out. Who are you going out with? Obviously, it becomes a whole like escapade for me to actually hang out with people outside of school. So Boys and Girls Club is huge. The only thing I see that's good about this social network, to be honest, is to so that I don't have to interact with people who are under the age of 18 on the internet. That'd be beautiful. That'd be chef's kiss, bro. Like if I can go on Instagram and like my feed not have 16-year-olds on it, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
yeah, but
I think it's interesting as growing up with the age, like in the age of the internet. So I guess a little bit of background. I think that I'm very fortunate enough that I always had my siblings, and we did do after school programs even against our own will. Um, but like we always interacted with people. Even with we grew up with video games, but even though we also played outside, we played with our cousins. So we growing up, me and my brothers had a lot of like interactions. Whether some of that might be a little off because of just we used to transfer from school to school like almost every year, just because of a lot of like just moving situations. So like sometimes maybe long term interactions maybe be a little bit weird because we never understood how to develop like friendships past year long. Um, we did get to interact a lot, but then growing up, I guess like when I was like 16 and I was playing online video games, I always wanted to. I didn't care about like necessarily playing with older people because I always wanted to try really hard and be good. Now that I'm older and I hear a little kid on the other end, I'm like, I don't want to play this game with with this guy, man. give me a guy who's in their 20s, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear a squeaker on my team.
I agree. And then feel
Even in
more bad
like,
about flaming too.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh,
Even in
man.
public though, like when you're hanging out with somebody and you hear somebody just like going off saying some wild stuff, and you look over and there's like a group of kids
Yeah,
just chilling there, and I'm just like,
bro.
hey man, you wanna censor yourself just slightly? And they're just like, nah, I don't give a fuck.
Ooh,
Fuck
Some
them
dude.
kids.
some kids actually just say racist stuff because they think their shock value is hilarious. It
Nope.
is not, man. It is just
Yeah.
it's a miss. And they, I don't know, bro. Some of the stuff you hear, like,
Yeah,
Going-
Yeah, it's a-
if you're around a good group of like people, though, you grow out of that phase really quickly.
yeah,
Because I feel like every kid goes through like a Shadow the Hedgehog phase, where they're just like the most edge lord,
yeah.
shock value.
yeah. That's the best way
Like, I
I've ever
wanna
heard
get-
it.
Yeah,
I
that's
want
actually.
Sephiroth tattooed on my arm, kind of like.
I've never heard it
Edgewood.
described better. Shadow the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
you know, I mean,
Is dark.
I mean, my dad growing up, you know, I mean, a lot of you guys maybe have not, you know, met him, but you guys heard of me talk stories of like, you know, I've never been afraid of a human being in my entire life, but that man, you know, Jesus Christ, you know, he made it very clear. I didn't even want to find out what he would do if like he found out at like just me uttering a racial slur in his presence or like any type of like, you know, just like bad word, like like, you know, it's just like it was like one of those things where it's just like I'm at school and I'm like, fuck, you know, like, or like, you know, like it was very, you know, like it's still to this day, like every now and then, you know what I mean, like nowadays, like it's like, you know, saying a bad word to me is just like it's just like that little bit of like adrenaline comes in and it's just like I don't know, maybe that's how some people just like just the fact of like saying it, they get that little hype part about it, but like
Yeah.
racial slurs, I wouldn't no, like it's a
Yeah,
I will
pertaining to
say,
regular slurs, I think that media and social media really
Mhm.
shed that barrier for me, like of what's appropriate to say and what's not. Because I remember being
yeah.
a teen and just using it all the time, thinking it was like so cool and it was just part of my vocabulary. And it's actually really hard to break once it's there.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of, I will say, some of my family members would use the N word just because we grew up in Santa Maria, and it's thrown around so often. As long as you're like, if you're friends with the one black, like the 2 3 black kids in Santa Maria, obviously they'll let you say it because they don't give a damn. They kind of see the similarities. But I remember my uncle literally telling one of my cousins because he heard him say, he's like, I don't know why he keeps saying that. Because my uncle's like this gangbanger Northwest dude. He's like, I don't know why he keeps saying that. He's like, one of these days somebody's gonna hear you and there's just sake in the mouth. And I was just like, oh, he's right. I'm gonna never say that again in my life because that's
you
not be fun.
yeah, you definitely say that in the wrong, like, you know. Thankfully, none of us say it now. We've all outgrown that edgy part,
Yeah.
but you definitely, like, if you said it before, you like my older brother grew up in Compton, like, for high school, and he actually, just by the way he appeared, got rolled up. Some guy pointed a gun at him and asked him like what crew he was from, you know. And like, if you in that same kind of area, if you catch saying the wrong word and you say that word, you might just actually just get popped right there, and that's your life.
Yeah, something I thought of because we used to throw up gang signs as a joke, and anytime I saw a homeboy around school, I'd just throw up blood real quick, like as a joke. And I remember when I moved down to Fullerton, like I really like thought like I
Yeah,
really
you're
like
rough.
if I used to throw if I threw it up as much as I did up up when I was in high school, it's like
Oh,
I'd probably get
Jesus.
punched in the mouth in the wrong neighborhood.
I,
Granted, it's Orange County, not LA, but it could. Yeah, I'm still not gonna throw it up.
I have a story on that. I remember my seventh grade. I was really cool with this one black kid. In class. We and him went elementary together, summer school, and everything. I remember one guy straight up call him like a racist ass word in class. Like 10 minutes later, you see this homeboy just literally got up, decks him. The kid's dazed on the fucking ground, and he just sat back down.
Yeah, no, and people like that, you know, they
So
deserve it.
some people don't tolerate stuff like that, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's like moments like that, like, you know, sometimes like I'll just like I'll let, you know, violence, you know, take its like, you know, little toll because I mean, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's just people just have enough and like they just snap.
And some people don't
Um,
yeah,
learn unless they have that
yeah.
interaction.
Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah, some
it was
people are
pretty.
stubborn, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
pretty.
condone
It was
violence,
pretty
but like,
crazy.
you know, I mean, some people just deserve, you know,
Some
like,
people need an ass
It's
whooping.
like it's kind of like getting slapped in your face by a parent, right?
yeah, I mean,
Like
like, you
it's
know, it's
it's
just
it's
like,
worse than like I don't know if you ever got hit with the belt, but like that's one thing. But getting like when you say something and a parent slaps you in the face, you're like, oh, I really messed up there.
mhm.
Yeah.
Like she hit the important spot. That's my face. That's the moneymaker.
That's the
She,
one.
hey,
That's the money maker.
hey, she hit the
Mom.
mute button. She hit the mute
Yeah.
button
Funny.
real quick, but
Yeah, she
but
did
it
hit the mute button.
but it was crazy though because the next day the guy that got laid out never came back to class. He got moved to another class and just stayed quiet. Never said I never heard that kid ever say it again, like anything like that at all. And my homeboy never got in trouble for it because
Yeah,
the,
but
the
that's actually really interesting to bring up because when we talk about like how it's using social media so much, you can't really have those slap in the face moments. These kids are used to arguing with people all the time and just still using it, and they're just sensitized to people arguing with them about it. So where's that
Yeah.
breaking point for somebody who's just anonymous online and just like playing a game of League or Valorant or COD and they just throw it out?
Yeah, I guess that's the double-edged sword of the internet, right? Because you can have
Yeah.
these great play like as much as some people might hate on Reddit, you can have great places like Reddit where you can go into a place, a random dude who you've never met before, don't know who or what he looks like, has been doing woodworking for 30 years, and he's just giving you all his best tips for you to just like get started in whatever hobby you're doing. But then you do also have the whole area where it's just like, you don't know who I am, I don't know who you are, here's my dick. Because, unsolicited dick pics don't show my
Yeah.
face.
Isn't Valorant doing like the thing where like they're recording your audio and stuff now?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yet to be determined the actual effects of it. So we'll have to see like how that affects people moving
Yeah.
forward.
That itself won't necessarily change the whole perspective of the high highs that the internet brings you and the very low lows the internet will bring you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bless
the
you.
internet's a wild place.
Yeah, I agree. I think Reddit has a great system with
Salud.
downvotes, and for the most part, it just shows you the good content on the posts you want to see. And if you want to spice it up, you can sort by controversial. But I really love that Reddit lets you voice your opinions just through upvoting and downvoting, not instead of just liking.
Yeah, it's also the fact of the community that you're in, because there can be
Yeah.
like multiple communities of whatever you're into, but like if one community doesn't, the jokes aren't flying, the mods you don't like the like moderators, you can go to another community. And again, it actually is usually subreddits start off small because I've been in where subreddits have like 12 people. Next thing I know, it's like 40, and now they have all these other mods, and it's just like it's kind of self-governing in a way because the mods don't want the subreddit to go away.
Yeah.
So for the most part, most people aren't assholes. It's generally like when it hits front page and it gets really controversial, or if it's controversial by nature.
I mean, it feels like it's just like they're trying to keep that power, It's sometimes it just goes to someone's head, It's just like they're like, I get like a million views like on a TikTok or something, and they're just like, well, let me just brainstorm, the next big thing, and just like sitting in the toilet, just like, I mean. What was that you said?
I think the funniest one is if they have one big ass video, like their best video, and they start producing a song right after. That's like my funniest one, and then it just flops, and they think like, "What happened? I thought I was gonna become the next big thing."
Oh,
It just
like the backpack kid who made the song "Flossin."
Was that that was the kid that
Yeah,
did
I be
the thing, the port, yeah.
flossing.
yeah.
And he was on Genius. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
dude.
I guess you gotta make something out of your going
Yeah.
viral, dude.
Let's. I respect the hustle. You gotta you gotta respect him taking a shot that he had.
I
But
mean, he was making a money move,
yeah, no, he shot his shot, and you know what? With the internet, bro, like you don't know when you're gonna get yours. It can literally come at any moment, and he saw it and he took it.
It might not even be a positive either, too. That's a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
You may live under the rock for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Dude, how crazy is that? Like, it's just like, it's just like you just be walking down the street, you're feeling fresh, you got like your outfit, and then like, you feel dripped out, and someone's just like records you, and then like next day you just see like, hey, look at this clown over here, just like, like what are those,
Damn.
just like
I
that's
think
like
I think
crazy, man. Sometimes I think about like that, I'm just like Jesus,
my
I mean,
Yo,
imagine.
Christmas fits and back to school summer fits went crazy,
Oh,
dummy.
dude,
In the
those
Christmas ice.
the Christmas
Dip,
eyes, bro. You
It's
had
It's
that
like
thing
butter,
laid out
bro.
on your bed, the day,
Yes,
like, just
sir.
like, hey, could get no wrinkles on that shirt,
This shit's
oh,
about to
you're
go, you're like
Mm.
scuffing at me on this shit about to go
And
crazy.
then
oh,
the
you
funny
tell
the
your
funny
mom to
thing
iron
about
it for
that,
you
Yeah.
so it's
the
extra
funny thing
crispy.
about that is just like it would be clothes from J.C. Penney, but it didn't matter because it's just like it looked nice.
It was
my ass
fresh,
Uh,
shopped
bro.
at my ass shopped at Mervin's. $20 got me by a
Mervin's,
lot.
man.
Mervin's got me by. That's the only store
Mervin's
I bought.
closed so early, man. That place used to be
Yes,
like
sir.
the place to get the jeans, you know?
A
They
lot
were
of
cheap.
Oh, hell
I'm
yeah.
sure everybody has their equivalent, like whatever city you live in. But yeah, Mervin's was definitely center way. But
Mervin's
now it's
was always
fire.
the Fires, bro. That's is that like a thrift store? Is Fire's thrift store?
it's just a discount store.
It's a
Like
very
Yeah.
discount
it's
store,
basically Mervin's but one step down. Because
It's like
Mervin's
back
is already
which is
Mervin's is
pretty
already
gnarly.
yeah, because Mervin's is already a step down from other stores.
Dude, I have
it's like a
PTSD to like moments of like having trips with my mom over there, just like it was a Saturday, like, it's just like, oh, we're gonna go get some McDonald's. We go to McDonald's, like, like, oh, let me go get like one thing at Mervin's, and then that one thing ends up being your whole day wasted,
Yeah, bro. And the only
Oh man.
oh
Mervin's didn't have any
Uh,
good sections. The only good things they had were Hallmark cards that like popped out, and then you also had the clothes that had toys built in that you could look at. But there was no
they were
toy
like the stiff
section.
toys. It was like so
There's
stiff
no
toys, like you
game.
couldn't even move the arms. It was just like stiff toys.
Yeah, but
alright,
it came
Yeah.
with the shirt.
Yeah,
Mm.
But
but
there was no.
wait.
there's this handboard that used to come with the jacket. I remember when I was at
Oh, I
Walmart and I picked
yeah,
it
that's
up.
true.
I was like, sure. I opened that shit up real quick, wore my new sweater, and got a session.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about like Walmart over Mervin's. Is at least Walmart has a game section to entertain you, or the actual toy section to entertain you. Mervin's didn't have shit, bro. There was
Yeah.
nothing good in there.
Did
Well,
they?
that's what I mean, It's just like it just felt like an eternity when you were in there, It was just like, your mom's like looking at the shirts, getting clothes for you. I mean, I used to be like an ungrateful brat. Like she'd be like there buying clothes for me, and like I
Yes,
was just
sir.
like, wow, my whole day is just wasted and stuff. And then like now that I think about it, I'm like I go to the store and I'm like I'm like, oh, those pair of jeans look nice. Let me look at the price tag, like $75. Like, I was just like, let me see how many Little Caesars pizzas is that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, measuring everything in Little Caesars pizzas really puts in perspective.
It really does, man. It's just like I've been going by that system for like a while, and it's just like it ain't the most efficient, but it like I'm just like it makes it because like you're like the whole stack of pizzas like this, or a pair of
Absolutely.
jeans. And I was
I
just like,
was
I can wear these jeans out for another year.
I was lucky enough where the Boys and Girls Club where I lived because we were like my family had like dirt shit, and I got lucky enough to get picked a couple of times to get for the Mervin shopping spree for the at-risk kids, and we gotta spend $100. Remember I think I only got picked 3 times, but I remember every time my mother would say, "Don't get shoes. If you when you get the backpack, try to stuff it as much as you can with shirts, and on the top, make sure you fucking stuff the top with pants, and try to have it because you had $100 or you got a backpack for free, but you had to stuff it as much shirts and pants. So my ass was stuffed with just pants, nothing but pants. So I had enough pants to last me, and my mom would just tell me get pants a little bit bigger for you. So I was end up shopping for myself for the next like 3 years
My
on
man
my
was seeing into the future.
Yeah,
Yeah,
300,
man.
300 IQ.
I had a similar experience with but it wasn't from Mervin's. It was Target. You know, they gave us like this, like, you know, like, I guess they called me one day, or like they called the house phone, saying that, like, you know, it was just like, for the back to school for a summer. You know, it was just like I got picked for, you know, shopping. You know, I don't remember how much money they gave us, but I remember my dad being so mad at me. He's just like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "What did I do? Like, I don't know what I did." My dad, like, you know, is just like always like thought like I was in trouble for some reason. You know, it was just like, and he went to school. He went to school and talked to the principal about it, you know. And then, like, you know, the principal's just like, "Oh yeah, he's not in trouble. It's just like we just select the X amount of kids from school, you know, because, like, I guess, you know, Target was doing like the donations." Do you think they did that so, like, you know, to write off their taxes, you know, so like they?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they always do.
Something some
Yeah,
accountant would do.
yeah.
But did you get a preemptive ass whooping, or were you?
No, it was like
All right, thank God. Like, imagine getting your ass kicked.
He was super mad at me for no reason, you know. It's just like I was just like, he's just like, "What'd you do?" I was outside, like, playing in the dirt, you know, just like making my sandcastle. He's just see his big boot just slam down, you know, my sandcastle.
Boy.
I was like, "Oh, hello there, father." You know, just like, what do I owe the most? You know, yeah, the presents, you know. And then he's just like, "What'd you do?" And like I was just like, "I don't know. I mean, what did I do?" And like I was like, "I did my homework, you know. Like I didn't fail no test. We didn't have a test that week."
I didn't do nothing wrong,
You
Chief.
know?
I did
And
nothing
then
wrong, Your Honor.
it was so cool because it was sixth grade, I think, when I was going into. And then, like, I went to Target, and then I saw my boys there, dude. And then, like, it was like still the phase where, like, I was going through a wrestling phase. I was watching, and like I was like, "Oh, I can finally get myself that John Cena shirt I've been wanting for a while," you know. You know, it's just like I was just
You can't.
like
You were
I'm gonna
invisible the
be
next day at school. You were marked absent.
Hey,
Alright.
dude, it's just like I don't know, man. I just like bought like I bought some shoes that I didn't even like just because like we had like this like lady helping me find my stuff.
Too much.
And then, like, you know, my dad's like, "Why'd you get those shoes?" It's like I don't know. Like it's just like the lady said they were nice, so I just got them.
Alright.
No.
White lady, the rich right white lady that sponsored you. They don't even do. The sad part is now that they don't even do that anymore. They stopped.
Do they? I mean,
Yeah,
I
they
don't know.
stopped. It's sad.
I mean,
Well,
it's kind of hard to do.
yeah, I think there's just probably more to it than. I mean, I can't say because I'm not a fucking corporate owner of these things, but
Or accountant, you know.
yeah.
I've been doing it. I know at my workplace. We do it still. If you donate 100, or I think it's 100 or 300, you sponsor a kid's shopping spree.
Hey,
I've been
well,
doing it. I've been like my my first job I ever got, so just to help out the other kids because I
hey,
got helped out.
yeah, well, that's great to hear. It's great to always give back. It's a very positive message to for hopefully for them and for future people to do it. But it just I think it's easier on the private level than it is on corporation level. But corporations definitely should be assisting people for the future. I got two stories. Hector hasn't had a chance to. Hector, do you have a story that you want to share here with anything this shopping spree school related?
No, not really. Not for this.
Okay, I
I
got
mean, there's no times where I would really go and shop. Like I'd get one pair of Air Force Ones, and I'd get
Black or
them
white?
white of
Okay.
course, and
Yeah.
I'd keep them clean for like
Original white.
I'd keep them clean for like 8 months straight, toothbrush and everything, until I knew I was gonna get a new pair within like the next couple months, and then I'd destroy them because I get
Oh,
that one pair
man.
of shoes a year.
now I have two stories in one small statement. Remember when you got those nice Janowskis?
Oh,
Wait,
the
what?
Fawn Janowskis, the black
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. I remember those look
Fucking
clean.
I had a I think I ended up getting. I think I only got those because of Cheeto. I
Yeah,
saw him.
yeah.
I saw him.
I
when
was putting on people on Janowski's
Yeah, I was-
before I could afford them, bro.
I was like, "Ooh, these are kind of wait, Cheeto's kind of right. These are kind of clean."
Yeah, I remember. I was like,
Wow.
"Gee, he got the Janowskis."
I was so jealous. I was like, ah. My friend David got them before me too, and I was like, ah.
These things are $85. What the hell?
I
Yeah.
don't even know what it is.
They were
Jesus
so
Christ.
good looking for skate shoes. Like they
Yeah.
transcended. They became big. But go on with the story.
Okay, so I had a story, and you should remember this too, Cheeto. Oh, for all the listeners out there, I also refer to Yasidro as Cheeto, his nickname that we gave him when he was growing up. So when you were in the 3rd grade and I was in the 5th grade, when we lived up in the boonies of Reading, we're like 30 minutes away. We're literally in the middle of nowhere. We went to a school that had kindergarten to 8th grade, and there was like 30 kids in that school. Literally, like kindergarten to 3rd grade got the same curriculum.
Yeah, same thing with like 3rd to 5th.
It was
Like 4th to 6th or something.
yeah. Well, we got the same curriculum. So, but we were known for being like very poor. We didn't like necessarily live in a house. We lived like a construction site or maybe some other. I forgot what business owned this piece of land that happened to have a house on it, and we just happened to get the approval to live in there.
It was the trout farmhouse.
Oh,
Uncle John worked there.
yeah, yeah. So we were living in there, and Christmas time rolls around, and we're known for poor, but we already had like game consoles and whatnot. Like we had for how our living condition was, we were still very fortunate for what we had, and I always appreciate like being able to have what we had. We had the internet, and we had a GameCube, a PlayStation. What more could I have asked for at that age? But I remember Christmas time rolls around, the whole, I don't even know, the village, because can't even call it a town. Like basically everybody in that community like banded together, and they got us like a Christmas tree with a bunch of stuff because they knew my mom couldn't afford it. And I remember Isidro's 3rd grade teacher, or she got like her husband's like PlayStation 2 and all the games he had and just put it in a box, and we got that. I don't remember.
It wasn't just that. She gave us a basketball, a football, and a soccer ball in a 3-pack. And then she bought me a ripstick because when those things first came out, I used to watch it on Dish all the time. Yes, I would see the commercials for it. So at
Targeted
school, when I
ad.
had free time, I would just go on Google and look at photos of it because I love skateboarding so much and anything. So it was like kind of like skateboarding. So I just look at it, and she caught me all the time just looking at ripsticks for fun. So she bought me one. I remember being like, "Whoa, like what, like." It transcended just being like a average, like nice person. Like it meant the world to me.
It was one of those moments where it was like it's amazing to see like people banding together can do. It was really nice. I don't remember any of the PS2 games being bussin'. I do remember us just playing Madden for fun.
Which one?
Hell, if I'm gonna fucking remember now. But and the other story I have, which just goes back to a like bullying at school, and WWE.
Oh no!
I have so many like good memories here. First, I'll say this one. So there was this hyperactive child who probably is an only child, or his parents just couldn't do much with them. He was just very like hyperactive, and he did something in class. So this is also the shitty thing about the school we went to. If I wasn't busy as a 5th grader, I could just walk into the 3rd grade classroom next door and just chill in there. There were several times where I was just there, and I remember he did something, and another kid got mad. I think his name was Tristan, and Tristan just calls out to. I couldn't remember the other guy's name for the life of me, but he was like, "Hey,
Francisco, this kid, he was Hispanic."
He was like, "Hey, Francisco," and he does the suck it.
I remember this.
That was an act of war.
Right in front of the teacher. The teacher was like, "Tristan."
I remember this.
I was like, okay. Like, yeah, that was my story. Like, yeah, like, I guess it's not really bullying, but it's a very
Act of
funny
war.
story. Yeah, I definitely
That
act
is,
of war. Now
You're
that
That's a
asking
legend,
to
dude.
now that same kid, Tristan, the teacher was giving like a question out, and Tristan had his hand up. He was ready to answer it. He was like, "I got it." My cocksucker of a brother here blurted
Blurted out.
blurted out the answer, and the kid with the most crushed face, literally on the verge of tears, I believe, was like, "Isidro stole my thunder." And the teacher asked him like, "What's wrong?" And then
Jesus,
Yeah,
man.
he was real tight over that.
real tight. He would not let
Dude,
that boy.
I
Imagine-
feel
I just-
Tristan's.
I just imagine that being like the one time where he was like, "I'm so confident in this answer right now. I'm about
was
to
me a
pop
lot
off
of
in front of this
times,
teacher this
yeah.
one time, like quiet for the whole week, but I got this one question right here." As soon as he's like, "I'm gonna even do the right thing and have the teacher call on me." Puts his hand up. Hito just destroying dreams.
That's disrespect right there.
Dude.
That happened to me multiple times in school. You know, I was just like, I wasn't the smartest, apple in the bunch, but when I felt confident, it was just like someone usually just blurted out the answer and it crushed me. You know, it was just like, oh, okay.
Yo, but raising your hand and being wrong is soul crushing.
Oh,
It's like demoralizing,
absolutely.
too.
You know, you're just like,
So rough.
Everyone's like, yeah.
And then you're so confident in it. It's just like two, and then like, dude, it's just like it's even more crushing when that one person just goes like, just like,
Yeah, that one smart kid with the thick ass backpack's like,
actually, it's 4.2. Just
Yeah.
like,
Rabbit carried the
damn.
Yeah.
can
Jesus.
trapper keeper ass people.
And the thing is, like, kids are ruthless, man. They all.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you'll be reminded of that kid who fucking got the answer wrong.
Dude.
Um. Well, we're gonna take a short break here, and we'll get right back to you guys. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for a brief leave. We're still working some of the kinks out. We're still working on this. For us, this is our hobby, so we hope that when you listen to us, you enjoy it. I hope it makes you laugh about how unprofessional and just how scuffed it is. We'll get better as time goes on. But now that we've had our short little break, we got rehydrated. Everyone, used the restroom who needed it. I wanted to bring a question. So, we got a buddy who's going to school. He's been in school for so long. He's going for his major. He's working on a project for like an enhancement, like a biometric one, or maybe that's not the right word for it. Basically, he's making an enhanced leg. He's a soccer player, and I think this is just to cover himself in case that leg ever goes bad. But that brings us to an interesting question. If you could have a bionic or change any part of your body, like for enhancement, or just make it bionic for all intents and purposes, what would you choose? So, who wants to take this first?
A quick question to this: can we add appendages?
Like, if you want like a third arm?
Yeah, I feel like a third arm or like a third leg.
You'd be like the villain Octopus from Spider-Man?
I already have it.
Or like Victor from League of Legends. He has a little arm coming out of his
Oh,
shoulder.
yeah. So, yeah.
Stop right there, sir. Criminal.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
that be legal too?
Yeah.
All right, I
think
want a
it's
tail.
disqualified right here. I got the.
I want-
the
I
left
want-
says it's not viable.
I want a tail for sure.
A tail?
Like
That's it.
like as long as cells, like just whip the fuck out of people from a
Like a
distance.
scorpion tail?
Or
No, no.
what if you need something from the top shelf too, or like you're cooking
Yeah.
and like need to grab all the salt behind you, have your tail just
Oh, just like Goku.
Definitely. Like a monkey tail, just
Would you want it in
robot
fur,
tail.
or would you want it
Fur-
like
no,
by,
absolutely not. I'd want it to be like metallic
A
or something.
naked,
Okay.
a naked tail? I was
No,
about to
not
say,
like skin. It'd be disgusting. Having a dog that has no fur on her tail. Tails are so ugly when there's no fur on them, bro. They look so weird. They just look weird. But yeah, I would definitely go like a metal tail
What color?
color. Probably like
He hasn't unlocked the gold cam.
yeah, I haven't unlocked the camels yet. I gotta
Blue
get
tiger camo.
I gotta get like headshots with it.
Yeah.
You have to hit a certain age in order to unlock the Hoover skin.
He just walks by, just dope some kid in the face. Oh, my bad, dude.
Mob
Yeah,
bean.
that would be, dude. That would be the worst though. Trying to like figure out a good color.
Like, knocks
Like, what
one
if
out.
what if you get a permanent color that doesn't go with any of the outfits you wear in the future?
That is true. I have a question for your tail here.
What's up?
Do you have like, I guess you could just make some kind of fabric. Because I was thinking about, so like, how's this gonna play out? You know, when you're getting into that intimate moment in the bedroom, you know, and that tail's just fucking way.
Part
Or
of it, dude.
is
One is
tail
yeah.
the helping hand?
one. It's a helping
High
hand.
five your tail. Yeah.
But you,
My
Dra-
boy has
Dragon-
a pull-up bar. Just like hang on to it.
you ever do it hanging from the ceiling?
Yeah, man.
Gee, you get creative here.
Or you just do the DBZ thing where you just wear it as a belt.
Oh, that's actually hard as
Oh,
fuck.
okay. I like
That'd be
it.
pretty sick. I mean, it'd be really weird if you were naked, you just had a metal belt on and nothing else. But I mean,
But
like
when
if
you're
you're just, but if you're just like styling out and you have a sick ass belt on, somebody threatens you, it just whips out and smacks them in the face. Chilling.
All right. I'll take it next. I really want like bionic legs that I guess can change forms in a way, or not necessarily change form. I just like the idea of just being able to jump off buildings and not have to worry about just absolutely crushing my ankle. You know, if I could have just like one robotic leg that just kind of I could always lean into and has a little spring on and takes the fall, that'd be great. But I think the more practical one, if I had like maybe my right arm, even though it's my good arm, if it feels like bionic, you like who's that character in UMVC3? Spencer, where he's got
Spencer,
that. Yeah, give me one of those, bro.
Bionic arm.
Yeah, I think that'd be dope.
I mean, growing up, I grew up watching. I'm not sure if you guys ever two shows in particular that kind of just like always like I thought these characters were so cool. One being Cyborg from Teen Titans,
Yes, sir.
and two Mr. Max Steel from the show Max Steel. You know, and then like it just pretty much it was just like this dude was just like injected with like some like form of like I don't
Steel?
really like I don't like the way they like nowadays it's just like when movies don't really know how to like describe something like miraculous that happens, they just like nanotech, just like
Yeah,
That's that nanotech.
just like,
Heck, so small creates anything.
yeah, it's just like, oh, how did he get rid of that like blood clot? It's just like, oh, just like injected him with some nanotech, like I mean,
That's the savior of all tech films right
Yeah,
now.
it
Oh, yeah,
is.
this is nano.
I mean, but if I really had to pick, I mean, for those that don't know, my left ear is kind of a little bit on the defective side. So, I think I would want to use my bio enhancement to like actually like properly listen out of my left ear. You
Okay.
know?
Would you get both ears done just to get it out of the way?
Nah, man, just a single one, man. Like you see like this one, just kind of
Bro, you could be like Bro, you could
Okay.
be like Metal Gear and like listen in on stuff from.
Yeah.
You hear someone talking shit
Yeah,
from a
like-
mile away, bro.
Yeah, but like here's the thing, like just
Yeah, just sitting there with your hand on your ear.
sign like that
Just
because-
one ear hears everything, and then the other,
Yeah.
and then you're the same. You're right back where you started.
Oh,
One busting ear.
But you have to think of the implications of like longevity, because obviously this enhancement is gonna like live on, as you get older. So Hector will always grow old into a tail. I'll always have this bionic right arm where it's always just gonna. Trust me, as an old man, I'll throw hands at someone. I got this, buddy. What you gonna?
Yeah, just
Or I'll get like
bionic.
a Barrett attachment. I'll just get the rifle just attached straight to the arm.
I feel like I don't how would that work?
I don't know. Well, like Whoa,
Bro,
I
we're
don't- I
talking
don't-
about bio-enhancements, man.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out.
nanotech, buddy.
Nanotech.
You got me there. You know.
Yeah. So,
So you
Cheeto-
wouldn't go both ears?
Well, the thing is, it's just like I really don't, like the whole idea of just like, I'm like, man, like I do it for
What
like,
if you could do other things with it? What if you could like hear sonar? You can like automatically translate languages as soon as they come into your ear.
See, those
You-
are real. Yeah, like
You can like
you have
Oh, you can't
Google
speak yet.
Translate put right in the
you hear
Dude,
someone like it's
you-
like you're at a salon,
you know
someone's
what?
talking shit, and you hear it, but you can't say anything back.
I
'cause
take my enhancement back. I would want to get like my the bottom both of my bottom feet, specifically made so like I can just like have permanent Heelys, just like
I was thinking that when Javi brought up shoes, like or
Yeah,
like brought
you
up his leg. I was like, what if he has like like some or like always he always has Heelys, or he
That'd be
changes
yeah.
to a
awesome.
wheel, or
Yeah.
in the water turns from a propeller and he's just a fucking boat.
now.
Wait,
now
I
your
didn't-
boys. Now
I-
your boys are thinking.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that. You guys are
Now your
geniuses.
boys are thinking.
Yeah, or
Shoes,
like,
like,
with,
never,
with my
you know?
hands. Like if I had my arms, I'd just fucking like fly.
T-pose on people.
Like Tipo. Turn into a fucking chopper and just start like.
Hey, yo, Lucijo, can you hop in this barrel? I'm gonna throw these tomatoes, garlic, and stuff so you can make some freaking salsa,
Yeah, I'll chop. Yeah, I'll become the human blender.
Cheeto, what would your enhancement be?
Realistically, if we don't go with the cool, like I think I would just sacrifice the leg because the hands do too much. But if we're talking busting abilities, like man, probably the legs. Honestly, too good. They take all the impact. I could jump off things, but kind of like probably maybe an eye. Like I think optical would
Yeah.
be pretty cool.
Yeah, if that was gonna be, if I couldn't add appendages, I would definitely do 2 eyes. Because if
So-
you had perfect vision on top of being able to like,
or like
zoom into stuff,
Yeah, microscopic.
you
Yeah,
can see
but-
different. Oh, you can see different kinds of like
Infrared.
infrared, UV.
Yeah.
You can see all these other light rays.
Yeah.
I
So-
like in your iPhone.
So sorry for the audio listeners, but there was a moment where I threw my face into my hands because I just understood that I lost when I did not say like changing out an ocular eye. Like that would have
Yeah.
been insane.
And think about eye wallpapers. Like I have Shining Gun all the time.
Oh, true.
Genius.
The wallpaper.
My man literally has an iPhone, bro.
Fucking.
Doing updates on
Oh.
the daily.
Because someone mentioned
Sure.
the translating ears, so I thought about Google Translate, and then I thought about Google Glass, and I was like, why wouldn't I change out my eye? That would have been insane.
Yeah, I think optical would be really cool. And catch people in 4K if it was always recording. It's like you get those conversations where it's like I didn't say that. Actually, buddy, I'll HDMI to my eye and be like, you
Here's
did.
Actually,
Would
You
would
showed the
want it
wrong
to be like
video.
one of those
You showed the
like-
wrong
Or
video.
I'll open my mouth and I'll like go through a speaker like of the conversation.
Are we talking about like a regular
What-
looking eye that just looks
what-
Yeah,
like
no, like
Yeah,
I want
look-
a regular eye, regular like I don't want anything. Like when they show in movies or like Cyber, it's like they see like the date and stuff. I'm like, I want the ability to flip through that.
HUD,
On and
Also-
off, like on when I want it, off
hey,
when
so
I
it's
don't.
it's like you can have like, what is that thing on Steam, wallpaper engine?
Yeah, I'll
built
love the
in.
engine going through.
So-
It'll be like through one eye, it's gonna be like a fish or something like crawling through, or like
You anime everybody just turns into anime characters.
yeah. Filtering people like with
People who just ain't looking good, you just put that filter on them.
like, damn,
Hey girl,
man, look-
bro, every girl is a 10 after.
They kind of
that.
look bust.
You got-
Even your boys, you put the girl girl filter on, make your boys look like a snack.
Hey bro, why are you staring at me so hard?
You're looking cute. All right, Easter. What would your choice be?
I think my left arm, the whole left arm, because no matter how strong or how enhanced my left arm, I'll always fall using my right arm because it's my dominant hand. So I theoretically I'll probably use it as my left arm and just have, I think, interchangeable where I could change it on a daily basis, where it could just be a regular hand, a rogue, or
Captain
anything.
Hook.
Oh.
You're shooting arm on the court. It's like you're shooting left-handed right now.
Hey,
Bucket
hey,
is-
nothing but bucket.
All you
Or-
hear
or
is
not-
swishes from the other side of the gymnasium. All the kids look over and it's just Easter just stinking in three. Shoo, shoo.
Yeah,
Hey,
because
remember- hey,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
fucking, they tell us, oh, we have to use our opposite hand. It's my left hand. Because I'm normally playing with my right hand.
Who'd believe that? I was gonna say, yeah, Cheeto with the eye, he could see the distance and power. He needs to shoot the ball, but East over here, his hand just, oh, it's in.
Would you be able to process things faster
Because
the-
I,
with dome people in Valorant with faster eyes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe
But
your
then again,
reaction
You'd have
speed.
to have the whole kit. You'd have to have the arm with it. You know.
I'm just not
Oh,
thinking
true.
about it. You can actually live the VR experience better now if you have the enhanced eye.
Yeah, you
Because-
just
Just imagine you forget to turn off your game and you just like start fighting people.
Hey, your body could be sleeping while you're still playing the game.
Bro, well, actually, wouldn't that be scary if you could hack into like the eye? Like, obviously, in the hypothetical world that where this even exists and this is possible, you hack somebody's eye and they wake up and it's just scary Teletubbies everywhere. Like everyone they see is a scary Teletubby.
so you just genjutsu people.
Yeah, there you go. That's an even better word. You can just genjutsu people.
Yeah, it'd be good.
I don't know why I thought about scary Teletubbies because I remember like I'm looking at Mike's background where he's using XSplit or I'm sorry, he's actually just in the second floor of a library. My bad.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
kicked down from the lower
It's actually
floor.
the third floor of his house. Actually.
I was just reminded how when we were just messing around with that on Discord, I had the scary Teletubbies in my background for one of them.
Oh no, man, dude, that was just a no, man. Why'd you put that image in my head?
Yeah, when Javi said scary Teletubbies, like I could have sworn I heard the freezer or something move.
Wait, going back to the left arm, the only reason why I wanted an
Oh, yeah.
arm more is just probably living more of a cartoon into like fighting wise. Like for me, like with Street Fighter, able to fucking do a random blast out of nowhere just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, the ultimate block and the ultimate attack. You know, in a fist fight.
Exactly. Fucking picking them up, but
Alright.
if it's not an arm, I'll probably go with wings after. Just fucking wings in the back.
I did not think about adding that. I thought of
It's just
tail, and I was
wings.
like, "Oh, that's the only thing you could add."
Well, the thing is, like, wings would have to be. I don't know if you guys saw the thing I posted about the dudes with the jetpacks that the British military is trying to figure out how to do. But wings would have to be very strong and very loud to lift how heavy human bodies are. Hypothetically, right? We couldn't get wings that flap to make us fly.
Yeah, well, because birds even have hollow bones, right? To
yeah.
make them lighter.
Yeah, but I'll probably go with wings. Just the fact that I could just probably do a nice slam to the ground.
Okay, I respect that. That's a good choice. Now, the only problem with getting these enhancements is the current electronic shortage that's going on.
Oh, that's the only reason.
That's the only reason. The tech is there. Don't worry.
I want to reenact the Pokemon seismic toss with somebody. You know, when Charizard takes to a seismic toss.
Oh.
It just
Around the
slams
world.
down.
Oh, you're back on. You're getting the wings.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
go ahead with the electronic shortage.
No. But well, I just want to make a comment. Yeah, Mike, the tech is there. You know, we got it. The tech is there.
Didn't you know?
Didn't
You know?
you know? Didn't you know?
It's
Under
the
a
next
rock?
hot. It's the next hot thing, bro.
You're in the
Sure.
library. You don't know this?
Yeah, come on, Mike. Stick with the
Pick
time.
up a book, man. Pick up a fucking
All
book.
these bugs and you still lacking knowledge.
Yeah. So, I believe if anybody here is a gamer or a collector of sorts, you've all experienced something being released and it just falling to an immediate shortage. Like PlayStation 5s are hard to come by. Nintendo,
Graphics cards,
everything about
right.
Nintendo isn't possible to get. Graphics cards are hard to get.
I
For a
had
while.
higher chance getting a-
For
I
a
had a
wh-
higher chance getting a PS5 than a graphics card right now. I
Well,
still have a higher chance.
A good graphics card. You can get graphics cards, but one, their prices are just too damn high, and two, they're not good for the price you're getting it at.
Yeah,
500 for a 1030.
apparently it's anything with the semiconductor. is what's like really going down right now, or like what's really having the issues, which includes apparently cards. New cars, new
Yeah, yeah.
cars.
Cars are struggling to get chips built
Yeah,
because everything has tech in it.
yeah. So apparently cars are having a rough time too because they usually have semiconductors in them.
Oh,
But that's kind of like the the big heavy hitter. And it says, well, we're not there. I think Nvidia said it's gonna be until like 2021 till they even start maybe getting stuff in a row. I know Sony just said till 2022 is when you should start expecting PS5s to be a lot more available. Um, and that's all depending on how well our workforce gets out there with vaccines coming for the cough.
and Nintendo gave everybody a middle finger.
Yeah.
I just said that like as a just a quick little jab at them because when they had the Switches out, it was like, oh, the Switches are out and they're sold out. Oh, they're back on store and they're out. Oh, but look at these limited editions and we don't got no more. Like, buddy, you know your consumers, you know your base. Stop it. Make more.
Yeah, I mean, didn't they do the same thing with like the Wii or something? I
The
mean,
Wii, I think the
I'm sure
Wii
there's
was.
I'm sure there are
Weird
shortages
short,
always
yeah.
that are just based on hype and it's not having enough, getting enough in stock. But then there's
'cause
the real limiteds like PS5s right now. Like you
Yeah.
should at this point be able to go into a store and just purchase a PS5 off the shelf, but you won't, and you're not gonna be able to for at least another. I'd say at least another year, and that's cutting it. Like let's praying by next year it's a lot easier to get your hands on this tech.
Yeah, same thing with GPUs, and GPUs have that on top of the fact that they're also being used for mining. So getting
Yeah.
GPUs is so difficult right now.
Yeah, and that's affecting the used market, not like getting your hands on an older generation console. The used market for GPUs is ridiculous.
Yeah, all that on top of the fact that the pandemic happened means everybody's staying inside more often. So a lot of people are actually taking this time to buy a PS5 because they're home all the time, or actually, I have all this time, I might as well build a new PC.
Right.
So the general player, like the general player base, the general base in general for people that are going out for these electronics probably spiked up like crazy during the past year.
Yes. I was a mail carrier for a small time, um, for a year, and when what are they called? Stimulus checks. When those were getting rolled out, I saw a lot of Newegg stuff going out. I saw a lot of HZ cases. Saw a lot of those. Wanted to take a lot of them, but I don't. I'm not a criminal. I don't know why I made that comment. So.
Yeah, when you
A
see
law
that
abiding
NZXT, pre-built box, and you're like, ooh.
Ooh, if this just fell off the side of my truck,
he's just
oopsie.
running his finger down to it. It's just like the things I'd do with you.
The things I would do.
Fuck it, I'm losing my job today. I'm taking this shit home. I'm
Yeah.
not waiting.
Bro, there's so many blenders that I've delivered that are like $500 blenders. I was like, this
Wow.
is a nice Ninja blender right here.
That
you-
blender better do my taxes if I'm spending $500
Blender.
This shit better be
Better be a
blended,
sucker
right?
too at that price. Or a blower more, I like it.
Yeah, but no, like on back to the thing, like it is very hard, and the definitely the base or the amount of consumers for these tech items is definitely only growing. Yet the materials to get or to make them, I guess, there's always going to just be on decline. It seems like, or just more difficult to make. And then you have the issue that with like hyped up releases, you have people who make automated bots that literally are just on the sites clicking that refresh and inputting their credit card information so they can buy it on first dibs.
Scalpers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
That
know
is-
what's
That is, you know what? That is kind of the benefit of having digital games now, though. You don't have to worry about not getting a copy of your game anymore, because for a while it was a possibility that you couldn't get a copy of like Modern Warfare on release or Modern Warfare 2 on release.
So yeah, if
'Cause
you
they
didn't
were sold out.
pre-order, it was done, bro. Remember, if you didn't pre-order, you're gonna have to wait till some angry mom returned that game.
Yeah, I remember. Waiting in line 12 in the morning, getting the game. Yeah, but you know who I don't think has been really affected by it besides when they've released AirPods, Apple. I think Apple's like has a real good hold on their manufacturing and like who they get the supplies from because I don't think there was a time where you just couldn't be able like you couldn't buy an iPhone 12.
The first AirPods were pretty hard to get when I was working
Yeah.
at Best Buy. But
Yeah, those are the
also,
ones I know that were hard to and actually went out of
also
stock.
they
iPods were also really hard to get when they first introduced like the touch ones. The touch.
Yeah,
iPod.
but I'm talking about like right now, affected by what's going on right now, like in what Nvidia is going through, like what PlayStation, Sony, and Xbox are going through. I don't think that Apple, despite selling the most phones by far, is really being affected.
Isn't the price on the iPhone like super high though? Like, I mean,
But so is this on graphics cards.
true, but like I mean,
the
I
same
feel like
price.
people would pay more for a phone, rather than just like getting a graphics card.
Yeah, but is a question about like how much they can make or what the demand is? Because even though the phones are expensive, there's a huge demand for them. Because we buy the phones off plans either way. Like new iPhones are affordable. Everyone.
do phones have do phones
Affordable.
have semiconductors in them?
I don't know.
Depends. Probably just depends which one. Because
I
I
don't-
just recently got a phone unlocked. Because I never liked getting a phone through a plan, and if I want to switch companies, I had to buy a whole new phone. That's with me. I'd rather have it fully unlocked where
The
I
thing
don't like
is,
the company anymore. I could just swap to different ones.
I was gonna say with Apple though, if anything, they profit off of their stuff not being available. Like it just makes their hot items even hotter. That's what Apple's good
Yeah,
at.
but I'm saying they're not like they're not shorting though. They're not in the shortage like everyone else is.
I don't think people are having issues with getting phones though.
Yeah, I mean, like it feels like
I
just like I have the 10, and I feel like I'm not gonna upgrade for like maybe maybe 10, 7 more phones ahead of this one. When this one starts like stop like accepting the updates,
no, I
Uh,
know, but like in terms
uh,
of the supply chain,
yeah, I mean, like I
um,
feel like for like a graphics card, I'd fiend a lot more. I'm just like I need to see like
I need to
what
I
my
feel like
game
more
looks
people would
like.
sit on a graphics card though. Graphics
oh wait,
cards
wait,
are
wait, no,
Uh,
no. Apple delayed their iPhone 12 launch last year.
really.
Yeah, because they were behind, and then Samsung's apparently not releasing stuff until 2022 for like their Galaxy Note, which is their big hitter.
Their flagship's been getting pumped out pretty fucking hard though.
I mean,
Like
that is their Note is their flagship.
like other flagships like the A53, like the A53, the Pico, and I think the Sio. I could be pronouncing that last one
From
wrong.
Samsung?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
It's
probably like their cheaper stuff. They don't really have to put a ton of resources into that.
no, they don't. It gives the same process. It's just I think it's just cheaper quality screen wise and
Yeah, it
everything.
looks like. Wait, you said till 2022. Yeah, it looks like Apple hasn't released anything. I wonder how that's to come with everything.
It's just the whole semiconductor market. Silicone, I think, is getting harder to get,
Yeah.
possibly. I don't know the like exact. I haven't read enough articles about it. I just I stumbled upon it. And I know firsthand from hearing Easter crying complain about losing to bots that like it is, and even I talked to another friend who's been trying to upgrade, and even he can't get one.
I think
Um,
the closest one I ever got to is like off of Amazon. Like I had it 3 times in my cart. It's already going processing, and it said item not available or my address was wrong. That's the only two. Even though my address came out correct, it said address was wrong.
Yeah, well, you're taking two fights when you get a new graphics card. A, the first fight's against people backdooring it, and two, then the stock that is there, you're against someone's bot.
Yeah.
yeah,
I know
Pretty
Best
much.
Buy has been having in-store pickup for most, which has actually left a lot of people off the dust. If you're not near Best Buy, leaving more rural areas.
I know,
but yeah.
I know. For our town, we're not gonna have shipment over there at all for a while, because we're not one of like the big cities.
Yeah. Yeah, so while it's working for some people that live in these larger cities.
I don't know about that because at least because like I said, I've worked in the post office as like Sierra Coastal. Santa Maria is the second largest in like packages coming in. So I think Santa Maria and like how big like we do e-commerce, we could almost be considered like, oh, we're not LA, but we get a lot. So like in coming changes, or like if they look at like potential stuff, we could be getting more product in from like big retail stores like that. So I wouldn't write it off just yet, just because I only know
like
that.
looking back at that, I think the graphics comment was just they're only doing it just so they ship it out to a store and someone has to be there pick it up, just so they're not going to the same address.
Oh no,
so actually,
today,
I don't think it has to anything to do with in-store stock. It just has to do with them trying to make sure it goes to one specific person at one specific store.
Yeah, you
Oh,
can
Yeah,
have
'cause
it.
a lot of bots
today
will have
Best Buy
them.
actually had them in store. Best Buy had the 30 60s or 80s today. There's a guy at work,
Somebody
like
got bugged.
and then he said he like showed me the message. It said like for in-store pickup today.
Yeah, but he's right. It keeps like that one address in Kansas getting like 5 of them shipped consistently to it, and it forces that dude in Kansas does want it. He'd have to go all the way to Santa Maria to pick it up, which
I'll do the
is
drive.
not worth it. Well, yeah, you will, but you're the average person. That dude already has 6 of them. He's just trying to get his 7th or 8th one.
Right.
Yeah, just for them, especially with just how big mining's getting.
Fine.
Yeah, and
Well,
can
it
you blame
happens every
them,
time
dude?
there's a
They're making-
surge. Yeah.
Yeah, they're making money right now. There's a dip. Right now is the dip, which I want to buy, but your boy's broke. But God,
I think
fucking buy the dip.
not to go like crazy into crypto, which we could do at another time. Isn't this dip kind of like has to do with Elon tweeting out that the carbon footprint that Bitcoin has been
For
making?
Yeah, well, Bitcoins are pretty heavy. Like it uses a lot of electricity compared to some other coins, but Ethereum's working on making their coin really lightweight,
Okay.
which is huge. I know Bitcoin is also working with new people to make it so that it's a lot cheaper and more power efficient to actually make transactions.
Right.
And that's why I think Tesla might have I doubt they'll just never take Bitcoin again.
Right. Of
I
course.
think they're probably doing that to kind of put pressure on Bitcoin to develop into something that's a bit more energy efficient, and then maybe once it's at that point, or once other coins that are more efficient than Bitcoin come out, Tesla's gonna be like, all right, well, we'll take those because it's better for the environment, it's better for us, and it's better for our consumers.
Right.
So,
No,
which is why I personally think Ethereum's doing really well because they're gonna be doing a lot more. They're already part of the whole NFT thing, which NFTs are still weird to me. I still don't understand what they are, but that's kind of like they're working their way up in terms of how efficient something can be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, like since Bitcoin's number one, it's the big, like it's the largest. That if you put pressure on that and it goes down, sometimes just by just by like when something at the top just has a drop, everything normally beneath it will also have a little bit. It's not always the case. Sometimes when it drops, other things can rise, just because of fluctuations. But that was just my like, I guess at first glance thought of it. I haven't been doing much.
It's also a bunch of random like meme coins that are coming out.
There's so many,
and
man.
yeah, and apparently they gifted a bunch from them to this one dude who I think like made Ethereum, and he just sold it all right away so it tank. So that because apparently people are just trying to scam other people out of money for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely a weird area, and
I
it's
mean,
like
I feel like nowadays if there's like a cash grab out there, like someone out there is just gonna try to like come out with the Wish version of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I've seen
you
videos
know.
about people talking about creating scam coins. Build a
Yeah.
pipe. You get some some social media influencers around it, and it doesn't need to go up by a lot. It can go by a little, but just an amount to make any sort of money off of it.
Yeah. Which it kind of makes crypto look bad for the companies that are doing it well, like Ethereum, and like I know a couple other ones that are doing really well, or I don't know very many other ones off the top of my head, but I know I've looked into a couple that are actually making interesting projects. There's one that's I think they're called Carbon. They're doing like their own social network, but it's supposed to be like a private blockchain network.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that's supposed to be like apparently if your post gets a lot of hype, you'll get free carbon coins.
Oh,
So
interesting.
so it encourages people to post on this alternate like social media site aside from something like Facebook or Instagram.
Okay.
But yeah, there's really weird ways to use crypto. So
And,
it's
to go back on the shortage thing, did you fucking GameStop's trying to help out by slowly? It's just rumors. I've just been seeing articles on. I don't know if they haven't confirmed it or not yet, but they want to make all their GameStop stores into like half games and the other half computers or electronics to
Yeah.
help the shortage.
No, they're already doing a lot of work to change. A lot of so I don't want to go too into like stuff like this right now. Maybe for like another pod, but GameStop is doing a lot of like business strategy changes. They have a lot of leadership changes going on right now. They're changing it heavily into e-commerce. Watch out for GameStop because they're going to bring some good stuff out for gamers and like technology lovers.
I missed.
Has it been confirmed that they're out of like their financial situation?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with. There was a report not too long ago. I don't know if they're debt free, but they paid off a lot of it.
That's good to hear. I mean, here in town, we had a thing called Game Crazy growing up, and when that thing went out of business, it was heartbreaking.
It broke everybody's
Yeah,
heart.
just like
Yeah.
On-
But
Yeah.
Blockbuster, Hollywood Video went out at the same time it did.
yeah.
Just so
What?
tragic.
I only went inside those stores probably 3 to 4 times. That's about it.
Every week, boy.
they used to have tourneys for Street Fighter in there and for Halo. Like I would walk in and they'd have Soul Calibur set up and like there was an actual bracket written up there and everything. The store was tiny,
Yeah,
but I didn't understand. I was too young to understand like what tournaments were.
Uh-huh.
And I just like I didn't have access to any of those games at the time. But now that I'm older and like I have all those memories, I was like, damn, they legit had tourneys in here. This tiny ass like 8-man tourneys in Santa Maria. That's wild.
Yeah, but going back to GameStop making that pivot, it depends what they actually do with the stock they get. Because
That
I
is
remember
true.
Linus Tech Tips created his own, like it's called Verified Actual Gamers, to actually make sure whatever stock he gets from AMD or Nvidia goes to somebody who's been vetted to make sure they're not like some, crypto miner or just some scam artists or scalper, whatever you call them. But
We'll look
he
into-
said while talking to them, he's found out that a lot of, he wouldn't name names obviously, but he's found a lot of these places like Nvidia and AMD or like EVGA, whatever company manufactured the cards, would tell them they got this certain amount of stock, but it doesn't line up. A bunch of stuff's getting backdoored just because how much money is involved now with crypto being so big.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
believe
and that's
that.
the other thing is I think there's also coins that are trying to make it so you don't like mining isn't even worth it. Because think of all those PCs that are running all those graphics cards that draw so much power. Like also even our rigs, they're not super like giant supercomputers, but they still do drain a lot of electricity for what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Turn off your computers. We're not using them, kids. Any closing thoughts on shortages or on anything? I have one quick little tidbit that I'll add. Maybe we'll go on for a few minutes, but then we'll call it a close for this segment here.
I just want to know if there's anything you guys have been trying to get aside from like I know you've just been trying to get graphics cards.
Weights, holy fuck, dude. There's like with the whole COVID, like trying to get like a whole weight setup for my house because I don't want to go to the gym. Even though the gyms are all open up, but we still have to wear a mask or anything. There's still those people that don't like really sanitize themselves at the gym. So I've been trying to get weights, and it's been pretty hard because they don't deliver it unless you're ordering over $600 to $800.
It's hard to deliver stuff like that because it's like it's by weight, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Email
Exactly.
carrier has to be swole.
Yeah, I've delivered a barbell before. Like, one, it's annoying because all their sizes are odd, and two, if they get shipped in cardboard, the cardboard can't support what it's being shipped in. So there's a lot to like why like shipping weights is difficult and why
Yeah.
most of the time you go to like a Dick's or a Big Five to go get them.
They're fucking cleared out too, and
Well,
they
yeah,
also have
I mean-
patient.
Yeah,
Apparently, yeah, because going off with actually surprisingly what Easter's saying, because apparently there's a wood and steel shortage right now on top of that.
That's another thing.
Yeah, my
Still
brother.
construction's having like a
our
rough
oldest
time right now.
brother has works in that market, in the construction market. Yeah, but he's telling us price of lumber is crazy right now.
Yeah, apparently they're having tough times. A lot of like jobs are getting canceled because of it and whatnot.
Yep.
But yeah, Easter's weights. I don't think I've been maybe like starting to look for PC parts to build Kathy's new PC.
The
Uh-huh.
pyramid. The pyramid.
Oh yeah, fucking pyramid. She wants a what is it, a mini or a micro? That's like $300.
micro-
It's a micro.
Hey,
It's a
hey,
$300 micro
I'll
case.
help you out. I'll help you out, dude. Let's build her a micro. If I see the graphics card, I'll just snag one for you because I know GameStop is gonna be selling the 1660s Ti soon again because they're redropping it. Because this week is their drop week, and
I
hopefully.
mean, I'm not doing it anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah,
I've
it
been
has to be
looking
pretty
into it.
deliberate once you start buying into the parts.
Yeah, so like I haven't committed 100%. I've just been kind of keeping an eye on prices and whatnot. But aside from that, there hasn't been too much that I've been trying to get my hands on that I haven't felt a shortage as
Mhm.
much as some other people might have.
Okay. Mike, anything?
Not really. I mean, I'm a basic person, you know. I mean, just as long as there ain't no shortage on beef, food, I'm good. You know?
Beef and potatoes.
Potatoes.
Anything for you, Yasidro?
I haven't really struggled. I obviously have a PC, but I
Right.
was still trying to buy a new card just because the big generational difference there is between these cards and the previous iterations. But I'll wait my turn. Hopefully, in
Yeah.
not so far future, I'll have a 3070. Even though tariffs are kind of affecting the prices very, very negatively.
Yeah. I would definitely like to upgrade my card. I've had this PC about 6 years now. I would, yeah, I've had this PC since okay, actually, hold on.
That's a
It was maybe like the end of 2016 to early 2017.
It was around the time I left, right? I think when you got it.
It's gotta be 2017. You got it after I got into
Okay.
China.
All right, so yeah, probably 2017.
I wasn't about to say it can't be old as mine. My shit's old. Mine's just
Alright.
7 years old.
all right, we can chill. Anyway, so yeah, but I was gonna bring at least one other problem, like in the scalpers market and shortages, is Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards. Like
Oh,
big
Shit. Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
big retail stores aren't even gonna sell them anymore.
Yeah, I guess they were having issues with people buying packs and resealing them after taking out all the hollows.
No.
Yep.
Yeah,
And to be the scummy guy, I used to do that to the people who would sell fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards at the swap meet. Go in, take out all the
Fuck.
hollows, and return it. And he would be like, "Yeah, dude, that's cool. I don't care. They're fake anyway." But yeah, that was my hustle.
yeah.
And I trade those fake Yu-Gi-Oh cards for some hot Cheetos at recess.
So I don't want to dive too deep into this. We're already running a little long, and we're gonna do our little closing thing. But it does bring like a huge thing where like growing up for us, we all had access to Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards at our own leisure. Now like kids and younger kids who like want to collect cards, like they can't. It's just impossible like to be a young child and you want to grow your own collection and have cards. I think everybody who at least collected cards, we all have a good memory about having a binder with all those cards in it. And now it's just feasibly impossible for these kids to have that kind of moment in memory.
Especially
Dude.
because, like, I mean, if retail stores ain't gonna carry them, I mean, they have to beg their mom and dad, for like maybe like a booster box online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
If
makes
they
the whole.
can.
It takes away from the the experience of it. Like just seeing the card and like at the store and like if you can't get the booster, just get a little pack.
I mean,
Hey,
realistically, it's like I would rather spend the $2 than the whole $50 for the whole booster
Yeah,
box.
yeah. And if you're like a parent, you'd rather just do that, keep the kid happy just for a moment. So it's those little things that make getting the collection so much worth it, is building it little by little,
Dude.
instead of just getting the majority of your cards all in one big booster.
Right. Yeah. Small. I remember being so upset at you, Cheeto, for you went to the dentist with Myrrh, and afterwards you got 2 Yu-Gi-Oh packs. I remember being so upset. Like I was like, man, I wanted some Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I remember.
Start giving yourself cavities after that.
Okay. Wait,
Well,
let
I
me
will
pause.
say though, the same people who are buying those Yu-Gi-Oh cards and stuff as a kid are the ones that are causing the shortage now. You can't really blame the audience for having grown up and still enjoying the product that they enjoyed as a kid. It does suck that it's turning into like scalpers and resellers, but I think that hits every market. Just today or just yesterday, I wanted to get a vinyl, and the vinyl, there was the only album of that artist that was like just more widely spread, and it was the only one that was being scalped, and it was like bought at $30 and sold at like 92 or something like that, something wild.
Yeah.
So I think scalpers are everywhere at this point, but I will say there are a lot of the people who are buying Pokemon cards are the same kids that were buying Pokemon cards before. They're just grown up now.
Yeah. Yes. Easter, did you have something?
I remember getting pissed at my mother once when I think I was like 11. We went to Target. Actually, to get me cards. All I remember is before I walked out, I reached over, got 3 packs, opened them, took the cards, and just left out. Walked out before my mother ever knew. So I waited for her. I walked to the car, waited for her outside, and surely enough, you could say, "Hey, somebody's opening cards." I was already long gone. That was probably the last time I ever did that shit because I pulled the shit. I was so
Yeah.
mad.
Just confessing to more crimes, I see. All right. Well, we're going to be doing our closing segment here, where I like to discuss, just what people have been going on throughout the week. What's been anything new, watching anything new, like interesting. Well, who wants to go first here?
I just been watching Attack on Titan. That's pretty much it.
I mean, you also just beat Resident Evil 2, right?
almost
second
twice
run.
now. Yeah.
Second, no,
Oh,
I
yeah.
beat first in standard and second one in hardcore, and I do have to say that it was well worth it. It gives me a lot of the Resident Evil 4 vibes. If anyone wants to pick that up, I mean, I
Yeah,
paid at full price just because
Brother Soul seal of approval.
You can always, it's always great when you can get the value out of the game that you want to.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you beat the game and immediately like, all right, let's run it back.
I'm going for I started
What
my
a-
third playthrough today.
What
as
a
well.
great, what a great experience! Like that's what you want out of a game. That's the type of thing you felt like when you were a kid, or like when you're playing in front of a console.
Oh yeah, man.
As
it's
for
so
me, I just this week just been on that Valorant grind. Got close to gold, and then played with the boys.
Tank.
And whatever
Tank.
happened, but it was not the gold run.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I think for me is tomorrow I'm gonna try to break my PR again for deadlifting because currently it was 225. It's currently 225. I broke it last week, and I'm gonna try to aim for 240 to 250 at most.
Okay.
I'm
let's
trying
go.
to
Okay, let's go.
at least the end of the year deadlifting at least 405 to 420.
Just wait, by the second year mark of these podcasts, he's gonna be. I'm on to 1,000 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Fuck no.
Yes.
I'm like so close to do a fucking chin up. Like this is probably the only like time in my life I ever was ever to pull my ass up from a pull-up bar.
Man, practice makes perfect, man.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I just picked up a new manga being the Iron Blooded Orphan spinoff, which is pretty solid. At least for like I only read first 4 pages, but I got distracted and had to do something else. But they're releasing a new kit that's supposed to be coming out that has a really sick design. So I'm hyped for that. And then I did also listen to this album by Coda the Friend called To Kill a Sunrise. Acrylic seal of approval. It slapped.
Justin put me on Coda the Friend.
Yeah, it's a really good, like, if you like boom bap rap, it's really nice. It's really, really good time. And then I've been keeping up with Jujutsu Kaisen. I've read it. The animation is so good. It's just such a well-made anime. Like, it's so hard to. I'm kind of upset at myself for waiting for so long to watch it, but the fact that it's dubbed in all these languages and that like the animation is so good and the actual story is good as well. really been a good ride so far. I think I have maybe like 5 or 6 episodes left.
Let's go. That's good to hear.
But yeah, and then Total War. I've been stuck on Total War Warhammer 2 because Warhammer 3 is coming out, and RTSs are surprisingly fun.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I last week I said I was on this big anime grind of Iron Blooded Orphans, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, and I had just like binge watched Erased. So I'm still watching Iron Blooded Orphans. One Piece is currently on pause just because I'm watching Iron Blooded Orphans and I want to finish this smaller anime before I tackle on this 900 episode behemoth. Jujutsu Kaisen I'm watching here and there just as like when I'm not feeling the other two. I've been on the Valorant decline as well. Me and Cheeto, we play it together. So sometimes we play it together. So when we're decline, and whenever we play together, we lose. So maybe we should just never play it together.
Sounds
Actually,
like
I feel like when we play in bigger groups, we lose. I feel like lately we've been on the duck.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's just the 5 stack that turns into L's. Maybe duos and trios are the way to go. Other than that, just got a new job where I'm just gonna be working in the mornings and then working on my classes. Actually, anything like that. My classes have been on the back burner also, and that's just me just putting them on the back burner. But we're also working right now on getting some props made for Sarah's birthday this coming or next week. So I am busy, even though it doesn't feel like it.
Nice. Let's go.
Oh, also League of Legends is on the back burner too while I grind out Valorant. I'm starting to grind out like aim labs training just to work on my aim. Hopefully that'll help me climb faster.
Oh yeah, your boy caved and started playing TFT again.
Wait, I
So-
forgot to ask. Last season, did you hit plat?
For
You told me you were
TFT?
on that grind. Yeah.
He'll
Yeah,
diamond grind.
I was on the diamond grind, but I thought I had an extra day and I didn't, and I tanked down to like plat 1, like 0 LP right before I thought I had an extra day. So all right, we'll see how it goes this set. The set seems kind of weird, but it's
Not sure if
a
I
lot
like
more
it,
fun.
buddy.
it's a lot harder for newer players. It's a
whole
lot.
easier.
It's a lot. I think it's harder for new players, but it's easier or not easier. They raised the skill ceiling depending on they added more counterplay for people who actually play the game a lot. So there's more interesting interactions between characters, which is always good. More options is always a good when it comes to TFT.
All right. So anybody got anything else to drop here?
J. Cole tomorrow. Make sure to listen.
Oh, yeah.
It's already out.
I do want to hear
Is
what
it?
you guys.
Yeah,
I don't think it's out. It's not
Yeah,
out
it
yet.
It's said Friday, dude.
I'm pretty
It's
sure it's.
It's already out. It's already linked it. It's
Uh,
all over Spotify.
oh, it is out. Huh. Interesting.
Guess
All
I'll
right.
just give it a
Well,
listen after that.
yeah, we'll give it a listen today.
Okay.
See what you guys think. You should listen to it too, Javi. It'll be our book club for the week.
All right, fine.
J. Cole's album went crazy.
Well, I mean, look at I say book club because Brother Soul's in the library, bro.
Yes, sir. He's in the
He's about to
library.
be kicked out again for.
All right. Well, thank you for all our listeners. I know we're still very scatterbrained here. We go on a lot of tangents, but that's just how we are. We're always just going to be hitting tangent. Trust me, we build out a little formulated plan on topics that we're probably going to bullet point through, and then we go on tangents, so we never get to it.
Yeah, we get to third grade classroom memories.
Yeah.
You know how it'd be. Yeah, trust me, there is a formulation that's attempted.
We definitely try to formulate it, but I think our style of conversation, how we enjoy conversating, and what I think is actually enjoyable, is just how we talk. Like we're just talking to each other as friends, and I think that's very enjoyable. I myself actually listen to the pod in my own free time, and I genuinely like just listening to us talk. I think it's great. and I hope you guys do too. You can catch us on Spotify. We're working on getting our podcast out to other platforms. We also have our video podcast up on YouTube, where you can see some of our faces. Not all of us have webcams. It's totally optional for the ones who decide to share or not. But we do have a video podcast out, so if you want to see these handsome faces talking, give us a watch, give us a like.
It's always worth to see Brother Soul's face in person.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just talking about his beauty doesn't do it justice.
And if you have a question for us, leave a comment on the YouTube video, or leave a comment wherever you can.
And also, what bio enhancements you guys have?
Yeah, exactly.
I want to hear that.
Get in the
creative ideas. Get creative.
Get in the conversation. If you have a topic you want to hear, let us know. If you got a comment on something, or if you want to answer your own the questions that we ask here, go ahead and leave a comment. We'll read it, and then we'll mention it here on the pod. Well, that's gonna be it for us, guys. You all have a great night.
All right, thank you for listening.
Or day.
All right, bye.
Time to play ARAMs. Let's go.